All right, guys. Good evening. My name is Divine Igovia. Welcome to Full Chest. And am I excited to be back? Yes, I'm excited. It's been a wonderful week, and it's going to be in fact, it's been back-to-back weekend of enjoyment, and I'm loving it. April is the month of flexing for me. Is it flexing? Okay. So in 2 Saturdays, I'm going to bury my dad. So it's enjoyment, burial, then EJ and I. EJ, are we still game for the birthday thing? Okay. But please, no raps. I don't want to be in this state anymore. It's not a good one. All right, guys, but I'm not going to be doing this alone. I have someone with me. And when I was reached out to that, this lady is in town, you need to hop on it and talk with her. I'm like, okay. I went to your bio, your Instagram handle was sent to me, and I had to go and look at it keenly. And I'm like, okay, so what are we going to talk about? Salon, hair business. That's not near anything I want to do. So I kept on reading, and I'm like, she does oil and gas. Adam, she's going to bring oil money. Oh my God. Hospitality, human resources. Okay. I'm just more interested in the oil and gas, but that's not what we're going to talk about today. I'm a woman, and I don't make my hair, but I go to the salon to barb my hair. And I think that this part of feminism for me is what is more tiring when it comes to hair making, nails fixing, and all the slaying and makeup. I had to drag myself to draw all of this on my face this morning because I knew when I saw your profile, I'm like, no, there's no how this woman will come and she'll not be looking pink. How will your guests be pink and you are not pink? It's an aberration. So I had to keep myself up. Anyway, with me, it's a beautiful lady. I think I should have asked her how many children she has, but I know that an Igbo woman, she definitely has a good number. But she's mixed breed, like she had said. Her name is UMANA, and she's not just someone who is in the business industry. She's in the hospitality industry. She's in the oil and gas industry. I like that part. Okay, so she's a consultant. She's a beauty trainer in Nigeria. I've been trying to understand this word, trichologist. Okay, so in fact, that's the first question. Who is a trichologist?
Okay, a trichologist.
Trichologist, yes. But it sounds like trichologist.
Yeah, it looks like
trichologist. I'm like,
yeah.
Are you an expert in tricking people? You see my thought exactly. So I'm like, okay, so what's a trichologist?
A trichologist.
Trichologist.
Yes, a trichologist is a hair and scalp expert. Just as you have a dermatologist for the skin, a trichologist is a hair and scalp expert. So people with hair loss, hair challenge problem, that is the doctor you meet. That is the person who can help with the regrowth, who can help diagnose your illness or whatever problem had caused that hair loss, which if you notice is now a major problem in Nigeria. We have a lot of women who are suffering from different types of hair loss and hair challenges.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be your pro bono customer. Because my hair pulls on its own. EJ, I don't think you need to be here. You have very beautiful, lovely hair. That's just a typical example of a rich man still wants more money. Let me that my hair doesn't. So I don't know if I'm going to go and do dreads, if I continue these dreads, or I don't know. But I shall know that I'm one of your customers. But anyway, that's not why I'm having her today. Yeah. We want to talk about how to set up small-scale businesses. And for me, this is very important. I've always said to people that I'm not the business type, the buying and selling. And from all that you have said, guys, so we had a long conversation before we started this recording. I wish you were there. That's premium content, but I hope she'll be able to go back and see some of the stuff. But I don't want to overstress her. Because oil and gas, they don't stress them. Okay, so for me, business is, I look at it as you have to be dedicated. If there's an extra hour added to a day, you need to add that to your business for it to succeed. And for many persons, they don't know how to navigate. I started by telling you I know someone who had a beauty shop where she's more focused on selling hairs than, makeup and all of that, hair and hair products. But there's this issue of always wanting to invest more money to make the shop more robust. Why is the shop not producing money to set up more branches or to set up and do other stuff? What would you say is for you want to set up a small business, what's your first point of call?
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hi, guys. My name is UMANA. And point of correction, I am not in oil and gas again. Those were part of my formative growth years.
Okay.
Now I am just a business
My heart
development service provider and a consultant. So we're bringing the wealth of what we've done over the years to...
My heart is broken. It's not fair.
Again, like before we look for oil money in granite oil,
Like, you need to see the way the smile on my face just dropped.
Look for oil money, or maybe in hair oil,
Maybe. Just maybe.
Okay. So you started off talking about salon business, and at least I'm very glad that we're taking it to this phase, because that's something I try as much as I can to get people to understand about salon business. It is not just about hair. It is not just about beauty. When we talk about the business, it is the same energy. It is almost the same finance that you put in running another business. That's the same thing you bring to the table. I have had clients who have invested as much as 50 million in setting up a salon business. So that is not just beauty. That is not just salon. For anybody who wants to start a business, whether it be your roadside table or you have, which I always hear, I have some money. What business do I do? Yes, what do I do? The first thing you do is to get knowledge, get understanding. The Bible says wisdom is profitable to direct. Exactly.
No, but I think there's a part that says get wisdom, get knowledge.
In all that you're getting, get wisdom.
Yes.
So knowledge is the first thing you should go for. I had said this, that there are three trainings that you should have first before you start any business.
Okay.
One is you train yourself as an entrepreneur. You train yourself in management, business management, and you train yourself in human resources management. The reason is, even that woman by the roadside, we assume she has not done all of this. But because it's one-man business, she's able to put all of that in a stretch. She wakes up in the morning, she knows she needs to go out and start this business. She needs to be at the market at a certain time. She needs to make her services available at a certain time. It's seamless because she's the one doing it. This business is in her head. The moment she employs someone and she doesn't know how to transfer or communicate her process, that is where the problem starts.
So you can only get that by going to learn, like you said, there are 3 stages, the people skills, the entrepreneurial aspect, and the
business management
aspect.
Yes.
So she needs to go and learn this. Now, a typical African man, see, Oga Emeka has a shop and has 5 boys in the shop, and they are serving him. And he has another shop somewhere at Opiweka. He has another one at Abia. At Aba. He has one in Lagos. And these shops are running seamlessly well. He didn't go for any training.
Good.
But he's doing this thing. How does, like someone who is listening now and saying that I have many businesses and they're running, please, can you just identify the things I'm doing that are doing right, that I'm doing well? Because I have people under me, okay, and the business is running. What am I doing right and what am I doing wrong?
Okay, let's start with Oga Emeka. Oga Emeka has consciously or unconsciously used a model which is apprenticeship. So in training his 5 boys, he has taught them routine. Now, the beautiful thing about buying and selling is it is easy to put structure in place with buying and selling. Go to Livinus's shop, Pick 10 tires. When you pick 10 tires, add 5,000 naira. Don't collect money, give money to UCHE. When you sell, remove Livinus's money, send it back to him, take this, plunge it back here. He has created a chain process from when the goods arrive, where they buy from, to when it gets into your hand as a customer or a consumer.
Okay.
He has also created his customer relationship, which these boys would learn by repeating these processes over the years.
So is that the managerial skill?
That is the managerial skill that he has broken down in that process.
Okay.
And that's why I said they use apprenticeship model. So you find out that this boy that has been serving Ogemeka, though he has not gone to school, understands this process.
So you don't do you necessarily have to go to school to be able to learn all of this model? Because in this 21st century that we are, there are young persons who are not willing to learn from book, but they are willing to learn from experience. So that someone will not say, I want to go to school now and go and look for. Yeah. Let's be real, in the African continent, 80% of the African nations, what they teach in school are far different from what we learn in the field. Yeah. So I don't think it's right for me to say go and learn, go to school and learn, or go and do apprenticeship. Okay. How would one balance it? Okay. So let's not get people confused as per, okay, so you need to go to school and learn, but Oga Emeka is getting it right, so why don't I just stick with Oga Emeka? Okay. How do we find a balance?
Now, the first thing you do is your business or the service you want to offer determines the type of education you get. Okay. If I want to run the type of Oga Emeka's business, and I see that Oga Emeka's model is working, that is where my training starts from. If I want to run an IT-based business, I don't need Oga Emeka's model because it will not work in IT, or it may not work in IT. Now, if I want to run a salon business, which is where we lose a lot of money first, between 2019 and 2020, when we had most of the pandemic, the industry globally the industry for Africa made over $3 billion.
People were not going out, so why were they making their hair?
Exactly. It's because hair care, when you say beauty and personal care, it
beauty
covers,
yes, all of them,
beauty and personal care.
So why?
Now, that is it, because man, there is a need that man needs to fulfill. People were not going out, but they were having their bath. People were still shampooing their hair. Hair care products went up that period because people were now managing themselves at home. So what did not sell were the services, but the products were still selling. So you see...
sorry. I want to start a car wash. We'll go back. I want to start a car wash business. Yeah. Now, I just learned that it's not just having a salon and rendering the services. It's also good to have the products, because the product will sell even in times like COVID has shown us that the world could sit at home for 3 months. True. Now, I want to start up a car wash business. What can I do in case of crisis that would still pay me? Or I want to start up a business that, let's use car wash.
All right. Let's say there was another. Okay, now let's get this sorted out. During the pandemic, we had we had the essential products, and we also have what we call fast-moving consumer goods. Okay. So if you were to start a business, I would tell you not to pick a business and say, okay, I want to start selling crayfish. I want to start selling books. Look for a problem in that environment and solve it. That's where it starts from. Because the car wash business, there are a lot of businesses shut down, not even just in Nigeria, globally, because they were not essential and they were not your regular need. Okay. So it's not just the pandemic, it's the fact that there are some products that are functional and there are some products that are actually luxury. So me coming out to wash my car is actually luxury.
When you can do it at home.
Exactly.
So what kind of services can you add to a car wash business that would outlive you?
Okay, if I were to have a car wash
Or that would
business,
survive the business in time of crisis?
fantastic. If I were to have a car wash business, I probably would have maybe a buka or something that
By
is
the
a
side.
basic necessity on that same premises.
Okay.
So when I think of coming to eat, and I remember they have nice food, I might as well wash my car as well. So you see that the food place now attracts the customers.
Okay. So let's go back. We were talking about managerial skills for a business. What's the difference between micromanaging and supervising? I have a business. I need to check up on you daily to know what you have done.
Yeah.
Even if I have 20 branch, I need to call all 20 of them to know what they are doing at every point in time. Like, I want reports by the minute. I've had the boss who says, for everything you do, before you go into your program, you send me a mail, you're about to start. No, that's even long. Before you start the program, whatever topic you want to discuss, you send me the topic idea, all the songs you are going to be playing. When you're about to start, send me a mail, you're about to start, you are done with your show, you send me a report like immediately. He needs to have a thread of mails from you at every given point in time. Is that micromanaging or is that supervising?
Does he have a job?
His job is to manage the establishment. So he's managing you and managing your content, managing everything you do. If I say this, you say, yes, he's micromanaging. But at that point, is he micromanaging?
Okay, now let's break down micromanaging and what was the other thing you said?
Managerial skill and supervising.
Supervising, good. Now, we're going to separate them, so we'd see how anybody who's doing what would can differentiate what they are. Now, let's take your case study. He knows you're going to have a program. He knows you're going to play songs. He knows you're going to do what else again?
He knows I'm going to talk.
And you're going to do this for the next 5 months.
Yes.
So why would he want to do that daily? Micromanaging is send it to me, and you're losing man hour both on your side and his side. Because yes, you're losing man hour because the energy he would have probably channeled in doing something else he's now using to confirm your content. Meanwhile, this would have probably been sorted out in a Monday meeting where they have created a standard that before you go on air, I want you to play music from this genre.
Okay.
This is the tone I want this music to have.
Okay.
Before you start, there is this content. This is the direction I want. Yes, I know you have this topic, but I understand your personality and your voice. So this is the direction I want you to go. At every point when this happens, then you know that you're going beyond this limit. This is when you bring the conversation back
It's
to
like
this.
saying, it's like saying that for a woman who fries akara, when you wash the beans, call me. Before you grind the beans,
Beautiful.
call me. When you finish grinding the beans, call me and tell me, let me know
Good.
the
Let me
color
see the beans and see if you remove. So
Yeah.
well, you see, that's micromanaging. So if he had done this every Monday meeting,
Okay.
you probably would make this mistake maybe for a week or 2 weeks. But eventually you would have the
You'll
brand
get it.
voice right.
Okay, so between micromanaging and supervising, which would help a business outlive itself?
Micromanaging kills your business. Micromanaging kills your business because first it makes the staff unsure of their capacity.
Okay.
It makes the person second guess his or herself, so the person can't grow. Then on the other hand, as a business owner, you can't grow because the time you would have invested in managing and expanding your horizon. Okay, I am here. I'm having this session with you. Imagine if I was responsible for putting out my post and I needed to send the post to me. I need to check it. I need to vet it. Or I need to respond to the people who are currently, I am very sure, asking questions. Imagine if I was supposed to be micromanaging that, I wouldn't be here.
Okay.
Yes, because, someone has sent a message. Someone has sent an email. I need to, just hold on. Let me check. So the person is asking for this. Why are you not answering this way? So I took the time to write out everything I wanted.
Okay.
And I picked the brand voice I wanted. So during recruitment, the first thing I recruit is your personality.
Okay.
I recruit your personality. Then I can train you on how to do things the way I want.
Okay. So, let's break it down now. Between running a business online and doing it offline, which would you say would be more productive or will make more money for you as a business owner?
Okay.
Let's narrow it down to the salon business.
Okay.
Online, offline, which is more productive?
Salon business is a physical location business.
Okay.
70% of salon services you have to do offline. So it
Products.
means you need offline services. I
Okay.
need to see you to carry out a service for you.
Okay.
Your online shop is just another avenue to advertise.
Okay. So which should you pay more emphasis to? Because this also boils down to the managerial skills. I told you of a friend who has a business who you always wanting to put money there. Now you want to go online because you have seen girls who are selling hairs on Instagram and they are selling much more than you are charging. Yours is a lot cheaper and yours is a lot better. But because they are online, you feel like, okay, so if I go online, I think I'm going to just make more money and maybe I would have to.
If that friend is listening, first of all, online a scam. Online a scam.
They sell us what
First, see, people sell what you want to see. You see someone put up a product and the next thing you're hearing, sold out. Go to the shop, those products are still there. So you see, let's break that table. Yes, let's break that table first. But everything... But see what I tell you. See, when we had our conversation before we came up, I talked about clarity of vision and definiteness of purpose.
Okay.
If I am selling hair, why am I selling hair? If my vision is to make money, I am going to lose focus because I would always get agitated when that money is not coming in.
So why should I set up a business if it's not going to be my first point of call should be to make profit?
No, your first point of call is to solve a problem. When you solve a problem, money follows problems. Money follows problems.
Please put it on your status. I'm going to copy it.
Money follows problem. I had to, okay. I need give me a product. Give me a product. Money follows problems.
So I always have breakouts front of my hair, so that's why I don't do my hair. I'm always sweating in my scalp, so I don't. Even with low cuts, I still sweat and it stinks. So literally, I have to wash my hair like every day.
Okay.
And I don't like the rubbing of cream on my hair because I feel like cream would make it hot and I don't have to be under the AC every day.
All right.
Sometimes I'm in the street hustling. I'm hopping one keke to another.
All right.
And all of that plus the heat would create more sweat and it will smell. So I'd rather wash it every morning or let water run through it every morning without adding shampoo or my regular bathing soap to it.
So what if I told you I had a salon where we manage hair and scalp issues?
That's why you're
exactly
Trichologist.
And that is why because I am solving a problem, that's why you would... Sorry?
She said money follows solutions.
So the reason you would look for me, you have a mindset that you don't go to a salon, but you will come to my salon.
Because I know you can treat
because I'm solving a problem.
Oh.
So you see, by the time you get there and I probably bring out a trichoscope and I go through your scalp and I show you your scalp on the screen and I say, see, this is why you have this is why you have this, and I'm asking you to pay 10,000 because in the space of this time, you're going to solve this problem.
I'll pay. Okay, so let's rush right now because
let me put this straight, and this is where I talk to mostly people who open beauty and salon business.
Okay.
You said something about a friend who keeps putting in money. See, putting in money without having a structure is like carrying water with a basket.
Okay.
You can't put in money when you have not blocked loopholes. There are major problems any business would have. There's pilfering, there's wastage, there's mismanagement, which is a major problem. There's mismanagement, and these are loopholes that you as a business owner would have to be aware of. And the only way you become aware of it is by going beyond, this is just a side hustle. You remember when I told you that when I was seeing my business as a side hustle, that was when I was saying just put in money here. The moment I sat down and told myself, UCHE, this is a business, I don't have a plan B. This is going to be my plan A and my plan B. I started developing myself. I started looking for programs. I started looking for consultants. And that was when I realized that all these years I have been pouring money down in the wrong tunnel. I was busy trying to change staff when I did not have a recruitment process in place. Someone says, oh, I'm good at making hair. You pick the person, come and work for me. But you've not checked the person's personality. Is this person in line with what I'm doing? Some people work with you not because they really want to help, because they've seen an opportunity to pilfer. Your system is weak. That's why they're working for you.
Is that why some businesses don't outlive their owners?
Exactly. Because the owner is not even out. And again, you have a business where the owner doesn't even have a clue. Especially in beauty and salon business, they don't have a clue about the business. Now, I'm not asking you to learn hairdressing, but I'm asking you to understand what it means to create a niche. Okay. And say, okay, fine, I don't know how to make hair, but I understand hair structure, I understand hair texture. I understand that when you have a certain type of hair, there are some products you're not supposed to use. Some people go to the salon and they use products on their hair and their hair mats. And the next thing the stylist is telling you is that, oh, madam, I don't know, there's something wrong with your hair. You just use the wrong product on someone's hair.
Oh, that's a whole class.
Exactly.
So I was about to ask how do you get to know it, but I just realized that we're running out of time. So that's a whole class. Now, you've mentioned that most businesses don't outlive their owner because they don't have the right structure.
Yeah.
Now, talking about structure of business, I want to start a business. I know I said I was going to ask this offline, but you don't need to expand shades, but between producing my own products to sell and selling other people's products, where would I know you've mentioned the need to find a solution to a problem, then money comes. But between producing my own or selling other people's products that is already solving a problem, what would you advise someone like myself who I want to do business, but I'm scared about people owing me? There are a couple of things I'm worried about, and I want to produce my own product. Like I said, I know someone who wants to produce her own lashes, and behind my mind, I'm like, why not just sell other people's lashes?
All right. So see the thing about a vision. If you have a big picture, it guides you first. So I know how to make products, but do I understand what the whole 9 yards is? That's the first thing you need to understand. For me, I would say before you start a business, put yourself through that business. You can go and do some level of apprenticeship on someone else's facility or business. If you want to solve a problem, there are different ways of solving the problems. You don't need to be a manufacturer. You don't need to be a producer. There are different. See, understand first of all the supply chain and see where the weak link is. That's why I keep going back to problem solving. Why would you want to go and produce hair? I'm just saying. Why would you go into hair product production when there is a brand that's already doing it, but they have problems with putting it out in the market? Why not decide that I'm going to become the distributor of quality hair products in the industry? And you cash out because you're solving a problem for the manufacturer. You're also solving a problem for the consumer. And when you solve this kind of problems, finance doesn't come in. I have worked with an international brand and I had access to products worth over 2 million euro because I was the person that could bridge the gap for them. They didn't know the Nigerian market. And I gave them a proposal. They told me to raise that 2 million euro and become their distributor. And I sent a letter to them and told them that I didn't have 2 million euros, but I can write to their competitor and make sure they come into Nigeria before they do. And I gave them a roadmap I was going to use. And they contacted me the next week and I started business with them. I didn't pay a dime.
Amazing. I need to come for class after this. Okay, so quickly before we call it a wrap, which is cheaper? Producing yours, or I know you've talked about all the going to do internship and all of that, but which is cheaper? Going into production or selling for other people?
I would say...
And let me also add, specializing in one particular product. Because I feel like some people say, if you are frying akara, stick to only akara. Don't sell akamo with it.
See, and I would keep saying this. How far can you see? When was it God asked Abraham to look? He said, how far can you see? And he told him, I can see here and here. He said, okay, fine, as far as your eyes can see. Each of what you've mentioned has the capacity to make you a global entity. So whether it's sales, whether it's production, whether it's specializing, it has the capacity. But you need to know where your strength is and focus on it. There are some people who are house of brands. And when you're a house of brand, you're not producing. What you do is you position yourself where international brands look for you. If they want to penetrate a market, they need you.
So it's not just specializing, but getting to solve a problem and positioning yourself in the right direction.
Exactly.
In the right place to make the right... meet
impact,
the right market and make the right
impact. Yeah.
Okay, so last question.
Right.
Or not question. I think I'm learning. While you were talking, I was taking down a lot of notes. That's when we're off the camera.
Yeah.
How do we get to work the mindset of people? Because I know off the mic, so let me explain to our viewers. We talked about a sex toy shop that was shut down in Akwa Ibom because of the mindset of some people. Now, don't get me wrong. Married couples use sex toys.
Absolutely.
I'm not against a woman going to learn and explore her sexuality by using a sex toy. But don't get addicted. That's the problem with, using enhancers like that.
Yeah.
But married couples, they use it. Know what works for you. But now the mindset of the people ensured that this business did not succeed. In fact, lives were threatened.
Yeah.
I think there was a time they said they were going to burn down the shop. Now, she doesn't own the building. If they burn down the shop, it's going to affect her and even
other businesses.
Yes, another business, because she's not the only one in that same line. Now, you mentioned that you need to know the mindset of the people in the region before you start up a business.
Yeah.
Which for me, that's like a really good home take. You need to know your audience,
Beautiful.
where you're going to. So if, for instance, I'm a big brand, I have opened my shop we have 36 states in Nigeria, plus the federal capital. I've opened in 35. And I want to open in this Akwa Ibom. But they say the people in the states or the people in Lagos State, they don't want it, but I want the Lagos market. I want the Uyo market. How do I work the mindset of the people to be able to get them to patronize my business? Not just, I have a market there, but how do I also ensure that my business will not be in jeopardy? And some persons are somewhere saying that...
Burn them.
Yes.
Burn them. Okay. So this is what I would say. If you want to work on the mindset of people on a large scale, you have to bring stakeholders to the table.
Okay, when
and
you say
stakeholders, we're looking at religious stakeholders, we're looking at political stakeholders, we're looking at traditional stakeholders.
Now,
that's on a large scale.
Now, let me pause you. We'll go back to stakeholders. You mentioned political leaders. Now, we all know that to start up a business in Nigeria can be hard.
It is hard.
Because there are many procedures that you would want to pass. Now, if you scale through the government, can we remove the government from the stakeholder when you know that, yes, you can meet all of their demands because majority of the things are financial and you meet them. Now, the people who would influence the mindset of the common masses, and you and I know it's not the government. The government really doesn't have a hold on the masses.
I wasn't even referring to the government when I was talking about stakeholders.
Okay.
I was referring to the platforms they have, the structures they have.
Okay.
The government doesn't come down to recruit and market in communities. They have political leaders, they have youth leaders, they have a women leader.
Okay.
So those are the political leaders that I am talking about. I wasn't talking about the government as a structure. I was talking about the platforms they use. Imagine if, I'm just saying, the woman leader comes out and approves a particular business.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's favorites with to the brand.
So that's the same thing. If you must do business in a place, please do what is called due diligence.
Okay.
It will save you a lot of money. Do due diligence. Go to these people I have talked to you about and see their mindset or their perception about that business. Remember the car wash idea we talked about? You will be surprised that they will be preaching it in churches and they will tell them anybody who goes there. Now, somebody who would have wanted to patronize you, because it has been said there, they are now conscious of the fact of who would see them there.
Like I listen to, there's some preaching that is making its rounds of some man I respect so much. I don't want to mention his name for family's sake. Family sake or personal sake. But he called out a certain footballer that why would you make yourself a brand for a betting company? You are a disgrace, you are this, you're that, you're that. And I'm like, I don't see the need for the name calling. This is going to affect this is going to affect someone's business. I felt like I feel if you want to call out the person for taking up a betting endorsement deal, do that to the person directly. I don't think it's right for you to also call out the betting company because you can get sued.
Not even just being sued. There are people in his congregation that would take that information whole. And that has affected a possible market share for that business. So you see, the first thing you would do, especially when you're trying a new trend or a niche, is to meet stakeholders. See their opinion. Now, I won't say stop the business. I will say stall the market until they are ready. There are some markets that you can never prep. You just wait for them to be ready. Okay. Eventually, they will catch up, but they just might be on the slow end.
Okay, so before I let you go, is it possible for small salons to have, because you're specialized in salon business, but for small scale businesses, we know that our insurance policies is getting better. It used to be terrible. Yeah. For businesses where someone has been stealing from you, does your insurance cover it? Do you need to get insurance? Okay. What kind of trainings do you need to give to your staff before even setting up that tool, and we call it a day?
Okay. Now, first, if a staff or your team are stealing from you, that's purely poor management issue. Insurance won't pay for your lack of managerial skill. Okay. So you have to get trained first on how to put your system together, because before a company comes to insure you, they need to see your books. They need to know that you are not what we call high risk. Oh. Yes, they need to know you're not high risk before you're being insured to whatever tune. Poor management cannot be covered in insurance.
Okay.
So,
that's cleared.
Yes, you can't cover it. So what you need to do is learn. See, invest. I tell people the best investment I ever made in myself, in my life, was to learn to invest in myself. If I were to convert what I had put in myself to cash, I probably would own a street. Yes. Okay. So learn to invest in yourself. And the moment you do that, you find out that money will follow the problems you're solving. It's natural.
Producer has given me sign that we need to end. We're 8 minutes way gone past our time. Oh. But in 1 minute, why do people say, as a business owner, I know how to do this. Maybe there's a certain machine I only want to be the one to manage, because I know if I teach you how to do it, you will leave me and my business will be hanging. Yeah. Why do people have that mindset? And what can someone do to ensure that my business is safe, even if someone leaves me?
Yeah. Okay, it's what we call scarcity mentality. We have abundance mentality and scarcity mentality. Okay. A lot of people have scarcity mentality, and scarcity mentality has nothing to do with what you have physically.
Can I call it the stinginess mentality?
Well, do you know
everything to myself, only me.
No. Do you know why it's scarcity mentality? Because they can't think beyond that particular thing they are doing at that point. The reason I hold on to this business is because it's just mix this, get this.
And
that
I
is
don't
all
want
they
to
know.
improve, and I don't want to learn
Beautiful.
more. So if I'm learning more and I'm sharing the knowledge,
nobody
there's
will
room.
come to me.
Oh, okay.
So it's scarcity mentality.
30 seconds, last words for the show. We'll definitely have you back.
Okay, that's fine. So if you have a business, the best investment you would do is in yourself. For people in beauty and salon business, stop seeing it as just a side hustle. Invest in yourself, get an expert, get a consultant, set it right, and save your money.
You know, I agree with you. My cousin is into perfume business, and recently I saw that she went to she did a program because she sells more online.
Good.
And she went to learn more on how to do online marketing. I'm like, yeah,
exactly.
And sometimes she does a TikTok video, and I'm like, okay, so this thing relates to your business. Why are your numbers not on your video? I put up her video one day, and one of my colleagues from one of the big online platform, newspaper platform, reached out to me and said, Divine, I want that video. Please give me your cousin's number, because I wrote your sister's number, let me put on the video. I liked what he did, but I'm like, no, I could do better. So I uploaded the video and, put her number very well with some catchy phrase.
Exactly.
And she too now has followed suit, because for everything you tell her, she's doing it.
Execution.
She's
beautiful.
She's working it, and she's working it times
execution.
10. So I feel if you want to go into a business, if you are a business person, because I also believe that not everybody should be business people.
You're very correct.
Put in your all. Put in your best.
Learn, execute.
But my heart is broken. EJ's heart is broken. We thought you were in oil and gas, so that we would.
We're still low. In fact, there's new oil that will be mining very soon. Just stay close.
Hope it's not coconut oil for health.
we are mining new oil now.
Or hairspray. All right. Thank you so much for coming. Guys, ensure that you hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, and please spread the word for people who want to start businesses and do all of that. You can look for her online. She's UCHE UMANA. Go with your money. It's not free.
Salon Business Africa. That's where they will get more content.
Okay, Salon Business Africa, to help you. I went through her page. There are small tips that will help you start your business. And
you're calling those things small tips. See this woman.
No, like if they want the big, they are small fried meats.
I'm giving them major content.
No, like fried meat. If they want to pay to get more,
the chicken.
Yes, like we're giving them the wing, which by the way is my favorite part. But if they want to eat the lap, they have to pay. That's why we call it a wrap. Please follow us on Instagram at Nectar Podcast, Nectar Studio, Nectarine. You can also follow us on Facebook with the same name, Nectar Studios, Nectar Podcast. And for me, I'm Divine Igouvier everywhere. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm always your big deal. I'll be back next week, hopefully. Ciao, guys.